We're talking about diabetes. Yay! Hey guys, we're talking about diabetes today, and I'm really excited to talk about this because I really love helping people not only figure out how to remove stuff and heal themselves, but also like while they're healing stuff and removing things, what do I do? How do I fix it? What can I eat? What can I not eat? And what are some herbs and maybe some oils that are going to help? So before we get started, like, share, subscribe. So with diabetes, there's a very long list of things you cannot eat. But I want this video to be pretty positive and to kind of give you some hope. So the first thing I want you to do is go check out the pancreas video, because that is actually where you're going to start in your energy healing process. You're going to want to watch that video because that is actually the first organ that you are going to want to work on. But this video, we're going to talk about what you can eat and maybe what you should be staying away from. So the first one, sugar. We want sugar. Sugar is fun. But when you have diabetes, that is something that's really hard to deal with. There are some sugars that you can eat. One of them is dates. Dates are really amazing food for you. In fact, because you're eating the whole date, you actually can eat quite a bit of them, and they're pretty healthy for you. They're very high in fiber. They have a ton of minerals in them, and they have a ton of vitamins and all that great stuff that your body actually needs. They've actually studied it for diabetes, and they say it's fine to eat. If you actually go look on Pinterest or YouTube, there's recipes for cakes and brownies and pie and just really great stuff. The other one that is good for you is stevia. It comes in like a liquid form. It also comes in a powdered form. It's very strong, so you actually don't need as much. The next thing I want to talk about is breads and carbs and those kind of things that we really love to eat, but can become very difficult because of how high in carbs they are. When you look at our blood sugars, is what we actually want is we want a very slow rise and a very low fall. You want it very rolly, just very, very rolly. And is what sugar does and carbs do is it just spikes it and then drops and then spikes it and then drops. And if you look at a lot of carbs now, that's what they will do. In fact, because our whole wheat and our wheat has been modified, that is actually what it does now. And even whole wheat will do it. It drops it, or it rises it really fast, and then it drops it really fast. So in some cases, whole wheat can even be worse than eating like a full candy bar. I just say stay away from it altogether. Things you can substitute it with though, and they're really, really good tasting, and one of them is spelt. You can actually start to get it more frequently. I've seen it in Whole Foods. I've seen it in like in some bulk stores. Kamut also does that as well. Kamut I find is a little bit harder to find in stores. It's not as easily found as spelt. But those are two options, and they make a great bread. One of the chefs I really, really love to follow is called Chef Brad, and he has a lot of great recipes with a lot of ancient grains, and he's even got a gluten-free version of these, and they're really wonderful. The next thing I want to talk about is water. Water is so important, and most people are dehydrated to begin with anyways. So I really recommend that you actually go watch my All About Salt video, because there we talk about how salt affects your water intake, and it actually is a big key. So I really highly recommend that you drink a ton of water. Also make sure you're getting the salt in with it, because that's really important. Really stay away from caffeine. Caffeine is a huge way to dehydrate your body. Caffeine just in general, not that great for you. So coffee, pop, those kind of things, I think we all know they're not that great for you. Things that you can add that are really going to be beneficial: apple cider vinegar, wonderful to regulate the blood sugar. It's also great to help digest food, and so that area of your body is going to definitely need a little more support. The great way to take it is 30 minutes before you eat. It's going to get all that, all the juices and things going to digest your food. The other thing that's going to be great is magnesium. You can use Epsom salt. I do have a video all about magnesium, and I go into detail more about how to use it and the difference between magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate. So I'll link that video as well. If you want to do more research about diabetes, there's a few people that I love and kind of stalk on the internet. One of them is Barbara O'Neill. She has a great video with a lot of detail and a lot of information about just what's going on in diabetes and why we have it. And I'll link her video down below. Another person I love is Vaughn. He's got his own shop called The Spirit of Health, and I believe his website is The Spirit of Health KC. And he's got a lot of great videos also, and he goes into a lot of detail. I trust this information was helpful, and I was really excited to share it. Until next time, bye.